Tide has a couple private lands that they own, and one of them is Tide's private protected lands here closer to Punta Gorda. Bird banding is been out there for a while now. It started in the US, and then followed by Canada, and then it spread out throughout the world, and almost every state or every country is doing bird banding right now. Bird banding is a tool for conservation. It's based on birds, and these birds are targeted species. Some researchers go for a general species of birds. That means you ban all birds, and by banding, every bird has a aluminum band with a unique band numbers on them, different sizes. Some bands are color bands. Most of these color bands goes on shorebirds, because salt tends to eat out the aluminum bands. So they've noticed that plastic bands would be more better for these birds, and it's pretty impressive, unique in a way that, let's say we get a bird here, we band it in Belize, and it's banded at one of the Tide's protected areas. It flew somewhere, they got it there, and then that way we know the cycle of that bird, and if it returns back to the same area for a couple of years, then we can basically say, okay, these species live for about 5 years in the forest, 10 years, maybe in the open 30, 35 years. By doing more of this, we get to know our community bird populations.
How do you actually catch the birds to ban them in the first place?
They have developed a mist net for these type of projects. It's a very, very tiny mesh. It's like a thread-like, and it can hold medium-sized birds. Warbler, it's about 9 to about 130-40 grams. So it's pretty unique mesh that we use. It's the length is about 12 meters. Some are shorter. That depends on your target species, and it depends on the size as well. If you want to catch hawks, then you use stronger mesh, wider mesh. It all depends on your target species. But for us here, 30 to 35 millimeters wide mesh that we use. Yeah.
What kind of birds have you actually banded while at Tide?
Well, there are many species that we have banded so far. A few North American birds, migrant ones, black and white warbler, northern water thrush, Kentucky warbler, hooded warbler, and the list just goes on for the North American birds. But for our birds, we have tan-winged creeper, black face ant thrush, white-throated thrush, and a few other resident birds that we have. The important thing is that for the resident birds, we can really track them, whether they're coming back to the same net, and we can see if they are there, if that specific area is their territory.